Do you know how much people add value when they successfully apply their learning, both for themselves, the teams in which they work, or the organization? 67% of chief executives don't have the information to take effective decisions about their investment in people. There are those who are the optimists, executives who have faith in people, but no evidence to support the effectiveness of their investment. The pessimists, who invest in a fog by deciding that when the economy turns down, training and development are the first out of the gate. 84% of companies are still using measurement systems based on happy sheets, which have no indication as to whether people will actually apply their learning. Reaction does not mean learning is being applied, and is akin to designing the behavioral change and paying for edutainment. Can you justify the investment you make in people? That's what defines the influence of human resources. Whether they have the data-based evidence which rightly provides a seat at the executive table. Establishing the added value of people requires three factors to be aligned. Firstly, creating an organizational culture for learning. When the future is different from the present, the organization needs to create a bow wave of change. Organizational alignment needs to connect with the business strategy, which is engaging and involves stakeholders in delivering present and future business success. Secondly, a learning intervention needs to harness effectively and efficiently the capability and motivation of the individual learner to apply their learning by ensuring that they have the full support of all the stakeholders within the organization. And thirdly, the individual learner has the personal characteristics which enable them to apply their learning. At 3L Lifelong Learning, we have 3 diagnostics which bridge the strategic knowing-doing gap to enable the alignment of all 3 factors and provide a return on investment calculation within a minimum of 6 months to show you that you are effectively and efficiently delivering added value with people. The organizational diagnostic, the 4 Ds, enables us to assess the alignment of change within the organization and with the business strategy. The 4 Ds enables you to define future successful behaviors which sustain business success. Secondly, to describe the gap between the present and future performance and establish a resource strategy that effectively fills that gap. Thirdly, delivery of an effective and efficient learning intervention which engages and involves all the stakeholders. And finally, to drive and embed the learning intervention by providing you with an indication of the added value of people development within a minimum of 6 months. Our second diagnostic, the Learning Transfer Systems Inventory. The LTSI has 16 validated factors that enable the efficient and effective delivery of a learning intervention. The LTSI combines the capability and motivation of the learner to implement their learning. When combined with support, it accelerates the application of their learning and increases the performance, aligning the organizational strategy. And finally, the individual learner, who ultimately is the one who decides whether to apply their learning or not, and is essential to the change in performance required by both the individual, the team, and the organization. The Learning Characteristics Inventory focuses on enabling learning to be applied. The LCI establishes the personal characteristics which bridge the knowing-doing gap to ensure that learners effectively and efficiently apply their learning. At a time when more responsibility is being placed on the learner to learn, when only 37% of open learning programs are successful, not because of the quality of the content of the program, but because of the management of the learning, then supporting learners in sustaining the application of their learning is even more critical today. At 3L Lifelong Learning, we can provide you with an indication that your people are adding value to the organisation, their teams, and themselves within a minimum of 6 months.